their last name, but I just prefer Danny because that's my name. And if you're going to find this video educative, please, I'm going to like you to hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. So I'm going to walk you guys through this GU setup. If you should check my previous shorts which I posted, I only trade GU and EU. Then I tend to take my bias also from the DXY, since the DXY kind of correlate negatively with GU and EU, in the sense that if we have DXY buying, then we tend to see GU selling. So let's just walk through it, guys, without wasting much of you guys time. So first off, this was a downtrending market. The moment we broke out, we broke structure from here, which what I trade is ICC and price action. So immediately we took out this last higher low. We had price break all the way down, then we had a retest, and we had a continuation. So as I said earlier, ICC is all about indication, then we have the correction, then we have the continuation. So this trade, if you watch my last video, which was a short that I posted on GU, I also took a trade on GU as well, and I also took this sell on EU as well, because those are the two pairs that I trade. You don't need to focus on too many pairs, you just have to master one or two pairs and know what works for them, and know how they move, and know what moves the market whenever you're trading them. So I was expecting price to kind of like go all the way to 61.8, which is this week. We've been seeing GU just melting, and also we've been seeing AU just melting all the way down. So technically what I'm waiting for right now is price to get to 61.8, which is my fib level, because I mark my fib, or I mark my fib from the highs, guys. I mark my fib from the highs down to the low. So you can see that now we have an indication which is telling us that, hey, this market still wants to go down, and we've broken structure. So the ICC concept is quite simple, but it's only emotionally difficult in the sense that you might be having the sense of the fear of missing out, like you think the trade is going like you're missing out on the trade, instead of just being patient, because that's all it takes when you're a swing trader, because I'm a swing trader and also a day trader. So what I'm expecting GU to do is for GU to get all the way to 61.8, then immediately we'll get to 61.8, then we should see a rally all the way down. Now if this downtrend is to be invalidated, I will need GU to break above this last previous lower high. Then immediately we have the break of structure from this last previous lower high. We're going to see a retest. Then once we get a retest, then for sure we know that whatever we are doing now, we are looking out for buys, which is the same method as I said earlier, which is all about indication. Yeah, we break out, we have an indication that we are going up, then we come back down, testing, which is a correction, then we go back up, which is what, a continuation. So it's pretty simple, but where many traders tend to fail is that they tend to always think that they need to trade every day, like they need to trade from Monday to Fridays, each week, each day. No, you don't need to trade each week, and you don't need to trade each day. You just need to master your system. And basically I don't try to force anyone to use my strategy, because everyone have a different character. If you're a kind of person that is not patient, maybe you could go for a scalping, like if you use the 1 hour and you do your analysis on the 1 hour as well, then you take your entries on the 5-minute, 15-minute, or the 1-minute time frame. But I don't like that kind of approach, so that is why I stick to the ICC method. So now we have an indication, which is we've gone down. You can see that this is where buyers are looking at. You can see price bought all the way up to this point. So now we came all the way down to this point, so I'm expecting it to go all the way to 61.8. So So immediately it gets to 61.8, I'm going to watch it closely to see the reaction, to see the price action, what the candlesticks are going to tell me before we're going to see a huge drop all the way down. So guys, I've been on this, I think I did this trade, I did this setup, I think it was a last week Sunday, because this total drop that happened all the way down here was about this was on Tuesday. This happened on Tuesday, you could see, then entered down to Monday. So I'm just waiting for price to get to 61.8, because I've just been neutral, I've not been doing anything, I've just been watching my chart and just, you don't need to be on the chart every time if you're a swing trader. You know, you just have to look at it once and then you go back and do whatever you're doing. Maybe you go back to your job, maybe you go back to your businesses. Okay, so the only thing in it is going to be the fear of missing out, especially when you're trying to understand the concept. Okay, so now it's pretty simple but emotionally difficult. Now, can you sit on your hands and just wait for price, wait for your system to show up itself so that you can know what you're basically doing? So now I'm just going to wait for price to get to 61.8. Once it gets to 61.8, I'm going to wait to see the price action that is going to print out. Maybe it could be a pin bar, it could be a rejection, it could be a bearish engulfing, and then I'm just going to scale down to the 2-hour time frame. And when I scale down to the 2-hour time frame, what I'm looking for in the 2-hour time frame is going to be a break of structure. On the 2-hour time frame, I want to see price still trading bearish, aligning with what is just showing me on the daily time frame. So once that happens on the 2-hour time frame, I'm going to get in on this trade, and I'm going to target just 100 pips, because that's what I target. I tend to trade 1:2, not more than that. I don't tend to be greedy with the market. You know, I just take 1:2 once I get to my TP and I'm off the trade. So we're just gonna wait. I think this correction is gonna be completed by next week. Yeah, so if by next week the whole of this correction is being completed, then for sure, certainly we can see price coming all the way down. But if we don't have that, then I will tend to see price break out of this previous lower high, then pull back and then go all the way up. Then we know that we'll be looking for buys. So my fellow aspiring traders, if you find this video educative and also informative, just do well to just like the video and then hit the subscribe button for me. Let's grow together and see how we can change our lives with this market. Thank you guys.